Hey YouTube, it's me. I did a sideways clap. I don't know why. Just go sideways. Anyway, I'm Kareem Zamir. They're the Seekers of Galanti. This is Second Wake, episode 19, year 2, or 81 if you're playing along with us. But don't tell Susan Wojcicki that. We're trying to stay under the radar. So, when we last left our heroes, which is of course when we know D&D has started, the Twitch chat had revolted. The Masu of Tez had decided that violence was the answer and said, I've been watching this show for so long and I hate all these nerds. I want them to die. And then he cackled very, very hilariously as a Midwesterner ought to. Is he Midwestern or is he Mid-Eastern? I don't know. I failed geography real early.
Would be Mid-Eastern, I think, or just mid.
What if he's can we say? Wait. He's in the continental United States, so can we say he's a Middle Easterner? Is that not okay?
Still technically from the South, I think.
South mid.
Okay, so the South Korea of our chat came and invaded. There we go. We'll offend as many people as possible. We try to make a comfy stream, but then war were declared. So yes, from Twitch chat, one of the community events, if you're on YouTube, you don't know what those are, they're these crazy things that pop into my head where I go, I could just have this happen, and I could just murder these people, but wouldn't it be funny to let somebody else do it, and then shunt all the blame onto them when bad things happen, or very good things happen? I can be like, look how this beautiful audience of people that love you, look what they did for you, or look at these assholes who watch us. That's disgusting, It pretty much just keeps my hands minty fresh and clean, kind of like I sleep with gloves on because my hands crack. A little spoilerino right there. So yes, after getting their redeeming, the party had been assaulted yet again by another clone from beyond the Fade, within the walls of Artnum, now brought real to the north of the White Wilds. A little showdown in the forest, doing battle with this werewolfian-like clone, this bestial and primal savage-like creature, which did pretty good. I think there was a couple of close calls. You can watch it in the VOD if you'd like. It's up on the YouTube, it's up on the Twitch, it's up on whatever normal reviewing things it's up on. Nobody died. Everyone got pretty close to dying. I think we had 3 people stunned for 5 rounds. We had a couple people go through some trees. We had some people get smacked around a lot, like they were owed money. And then, just I think Morgan actually just hung out. I think you took maybe 20 damage and was like, this is fine.
I was having a great time, honestly.
Yeah, full meme mode of just looking around, everything on fire, and being like, good. Hey, look, my sword works this time. Worked out pretty good.
You can hit me, big dude, and then he's like, nah, you can chill.
You can
We're buddies.
Hush up with that shit. I gotta kill this really annoying kobold and his angel friend that keeps whacking me with a poison knife. It's awful. One of the worst things ever. Gave them that. Idiots. So yes. After doing battle, as they ought to, the group now finds themselves in the aftermath, standing still quite outside the forest itself, outside of Grim Village, and on the edge of the northern Hollowwoods, a collection of forestry that runs across the large heft of the Ravon Range, this very much barrier from the west to the kind of central power of the continent itself. Seekers of Galanti, the actions, choices, and their end decisions are yours and yours alone. Where do we go from here? At post-Klon, what do we do? What would you do for a Klon Dyke bar? I don't think I can say it like that, actually, because then it's really offensive, but it is a Klondike, right? I don't know. I don't think I can say that at all. I think it gets worse the more I say it. Moving on, what do you want to do, Seekers? Thanks. Don't cancel me, thanks, Jeff Bezos.
Let's go back. I want you to keep digging this hole.
No. I said it out loud.
But I got you the shiny shovel.
Yeah. Oh, man, I do love shiny shovels. Where'd you find iron already? I'm still punching trees, man. That's a Minecraft reference, kids. I'm old. Can I tell you that Minecraft being best value for 10 plus years, there's an anniversary edition of Minecraft now? Yeah, man. I got white beard hairs. What you want to know about?
Oh, so it's
Attack
like
of the
Skyrim
Clones
for the
came out 20
Zoomers.
years ago.
Oh,
It's okay. It was brought to my knowledge that I know someone who was not born yet when the GameCube was released.
ooh,
This.
nice. Were they like, oh, but what about the game sphere, though?
Spherical.
Spherical. All right then. So Seekers, yes, you stand outside of the Hollywood Forest. What you do with your time now is up to you. You could just go back to town. You'd say to hell with all this nonsense. There's clowns out here. I hate it.
Yeah, we did just kind of get clowned on.
You did get clowned on quite a bit.
How do you feel after that, JJ? The whole absorbing sin thing? You good?
Oh, I feel perfectly fine. I feel great.
I'm gonna go sit down by that tree. I think I was dead for a second.
Yeah. Do we, as a group here, do we want to maybe put up our little tent, magical tent, and just take a nice little sit together and try and take a breather?
I think I definitely would appreciate that. It's more a question of, do we actually want to go back and take another day before heading into this forest?
That would be a good idea. It might be good to mark whereabouts we are, just so we could return back here. If this is where we want to put on through.
Well, we did find a marking on this tree.
Mm-hmm.
The tree is not really there anymore.
No, it's there. It's in several pieces on the ground, right here.
Horribly heavy footprints that have crushed this tree in half in several pieces at this point.
Kobold was thrown through it at one point like a backyard wrestling table.
Ooh.
Get thrown through a tree. That must have hurt.
Get the trees.
Hey, I've had worse. I don't know, I mean, do we tuck tail and head back in there and be like, hey, yeah, so anyway, psych, we need another day of relaxation and pooling, or do we just, like, you know, take a breather, hold it down, you know, not act like we almost just got our asses kicked before we even did what we were supposed to do? What kind of image are we looking to give off here?
Stinker image?
Stinker image.
I mean, that's what the world hears us as anyways, so...
I
Sounds
do
like a-
hear we are quite stinky.
Sounds like a self-defeating prophecy, if you ask me. I'm with Jonesy on this one. I think we shoulder on and toughen up a bit, and we do whatever. Is the message you intercepted? Is that like a I don't know what it was. You said it was someone's name or something? I'm not quite aware.
I believe it was.
You know what? Buddy's right. Screw this. No resting at all. Let's just go right into that forest.
No, I didn't say that at all. I think maybe the tent thing first.
I'm totally fine with you doing that, Jones. We will catch up with you in a few hours.
No, you won't.
No, you'll probably be dead, but we'll find your corpse, I promise you.
I think those are not mutually exclusive. We would catch up with you, but you would also be dead.
I mean, agree to disagree.
I don't think, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe you could solo fight that monstrosity from beyond the veil, so I don't know. Like, if that came back, or like a smaller version of it, do you think you'd live?
Do you really think that there are baby clowns out there trying to kill me?
I
was about to
don't want
say-
to inform you how the stalk works, but they're
Kind
very
of one
unbiased.
that lived inside my brain. That was small.
It was a
He's gone now,
small one,
though.
wasn't it?
Yeah, we killed that one, but there's lots of other clowns out there.
I think, you know, statistically speaking at this point, pretty low odds that there's another one, like, right in there. You know, I think we probably killed like the clan that has this as their domain, like this is their like territory. So another one will move in eventually, but it'll probably take a while.
I don't think that's right, as I think this was around where Kizo might have attacked one of the Destra houses. Although I guess it might not have been Kizo, I was making a bit of an assumption there.
In the back towards the trees a little more, JJ's just gonna start ritual casting Tiny Hut slowly, just kind of listening to everybody.
Yeah, before the 10 minutes pass, you ritual cast your tiny hut amid song and a bit of playing of your musical instrument. And these 4 walls of force envelop and twist into a slightly visible fortress. All right, go in there. Charles, where are you? And you hear, you see Charles lazily walk out from the tree line. We'll take a sit. You'll see Buddy and Charles both enter into the hut and sit off in a corner.
While JJ is doing that, can I have Orville try and locate approximately where they are on the map?
Where you guys are?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Hold on.
All right.
It's me leaving my DM's corner. Hey, friend, you're about right here's.
Okay.
With the river being just a shart away, as Orville might say.
All right.
Little southern shart, and you're at the river. That's it. I think that's the right way to say that, friend.
Yeah, Orville's gonna drop a little X there on the map.
Okay.
And then walk over to JJ. Just be like, Miss Lightning, this right here is about where we're at, and if you could do me the kindness of drawing a little clown, your victory over it, or whatever you want to do to commemorate it, that would be really, really nice for me. I appreciate it very much.
Okay. I can do that for you, Orville. Sure thing. She will doodle approximately this clown's face with a bunch of squiggly arms and 2 X's over his eyes.
All right. I will say this: if you want to take the 8K version of this map and doodle that on it, I will replace the one we use on stream with your doodled on version of the map. So I will give that arts and crafts project to whoever wants to do it. But we'll do the Bible thing. If you hold it true in game, I'll hold it true in heaven. So that works. Easy enough to do. But yeah, you can mark it down. Is everyone taking, I assume, then a short rest?
Yeah, I'll take a short rest. I'll dry anyone off with prestidigitation who wants it, and during the short rest I'll resummon Aja.
Snake back into life. Another set of charcoal. Down.
Only one left.
Dun 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 dun. Anything else you guys want to do during your short rest? I know, JJ, if you want to roll your Song of Rest, that is a thing to do. You guys can spend any of your currently remaining hit dice in your hit dice pool. You recover hit points. No, Bartholomew will as well. Wrong dice. Right off the bat, 7 and 8. We're doing okay.
That's a +4.
+4?
+4.
Written 8. I've finally gotten to do the old custom lineage trick in D&D Beyond, and I gotta say I don't hate it. It's definitely make a better alt-human. This is what it ends up being, but it's pretty neat. You just be like, I want to run a kaiju. Custom origin. Or custom lineage. And then go neat. Like the math time. Everyone's got to roll rocks, check what they say, double check the math. Oh man, I'm still beat up. I gotta roll another dice. Figure out. I need like I probably need to go on like Fiverr. If anyone knows anyone good on Fiverr who does songs, we need like hold music. You just need that dun 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 dun. Just some good elevator hold music would be good. Or we could do like full telemarketing. And just thank you for holding. The party is doing math right now. I repeat, the party is doing math. Everyone good?
You could probably just find something on one of those like no
copyright
places, yeah.
Yeah, my problem with that is that the thing that we ran into with YouTube, because I was using a YouTube playlist for the longest time for like background music, eventually, especially the ones that are a couple years old, people will buy the rights to them because they realize it's getting a bunch of plays. So they'll be like, hey, is there a license for this? And then they'll contact the creator and be like, I'll offer you a couple grand for this song you wrote 10 years ago. And they go, sure, thank you. And then they write up they license it anyway. And it's like from all these like weird like Peruvian and Indonesia record labels that I've never heard of. And they're like, oh, copy strike in your video. You played an 18th of a second of a clip of this thing. Our bot detected it. It's like wild. What a time to be alive.
That's pretty stupid.
You ain't wrong, dude. There's a thing now that on Twitch that if you don't disable it, it auto pulls down your videos if there's any content in it that could be trademarked or copywritten. If there's a chance that it could be DMCA'd, they just auto pull it from your channel. It's very weird. Boop, boop, boop. Everyone good? Roger Dodgers? Cool. Reset all your short rest abilities. Alright. The course of an hour passes. It is still very much early to midday. You're getting around that like high noon type area. The dome remains until JJ leaves it. But if you guys are setting out, then let me know what direction you're headed. You found the beginnings of the trail that led to this strange name written on a tree. But you also have come to the assumption as well that the individuals you might be tracking, the scimitars, might follow a bit more southernly on the river. But you're not quite sure. What do the Seekers do, and where do they go? Where do they come from? Where do they go?
Can I ask a question?
You can always ask a question.
Do I still have that sword?
You currently, if you're going to sit there for an hour and not do anything else with it, I would assume it eventually will reabsorb. But yeah, if there's anything you wanted to like look into with it or figure out about it.
I don't think there's anything that I can at the moment. So.
Mm-hmm. Then yeah, as you're sitting there waiting, eventually it'll start kind of like destabilizing and kind of like wiggling a bit, and just very much you'll feel it melt back into your fingers and go right back into your nail beds and your open capillaries. And let's use other big medical terminology things so that we can sound smart. This is a smart podcast for smart people. Not at all.
Your cuticles.
Your cuticles. Cut to 5 episodes ago, so the kobold's taking a dump in the bush. It's the great balancing act.
Cut to 30 minutes from now.
No, it's true. Alright then. But yeah, sword restored. You guys are sat outside. World is your oyster. Plan needed to go in motion.
Before we continue out, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the letter that I received from the Dawn about him hiring me for a cleaner job.
I think I remember you mentioning it. Do we need to still achieve that for you? Or help you with that?
I'm not sure what's going on, but that name on the tree, I believe, is the same name that I received. So I think our path is going to intertwine with it anyway.
That's
think
awfully
that-
convenient.
Yeah, I mean, are you just gonna like clean his house?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
I got some incense sticks for him.
Oh, you're prepared. All right.
Traveling maid service is really serious.
Damn right.
Deadly serious.
Gotta make that gold, you know?
You don't know anything about this target, correct?
I know that they called him a degenerate, and I think that he owes them money, but I couldn't tell you what for. It's very, very generic in the request.
Curious if there was any connection that we could know for certain to the scimitars here with the... What was the name again?
Clarence, I believe?
I believe that's it. Yeah.
Well... Suppose we'll be looking into Clarence and everything around here.
Just didn't want it to surprise anybody if we came across him.
You going to go straight for the throat?
I figured I would. Now that his name's on a tree in the middle of the woods, I'm kind of curious. So I may try to figure that out and see if he has anything to do with the scimitars, but
We have to figure out exactly if the scimitars are truly connected to the attack on JJ and what really happened. I'm actually kind of hoping that they could maybe enlighten us a little bit to some of the going-ons in Grim Village.
it's possible.
Same. Stuff feels really strange with Grim Village the more I think about it.
What's the plan,
Alright.
folks?
So which way?
Is the trail still visible, or is it kind of demolished now?
It's very much demolished right now. You would have to have somebody roll survival to pick back up on it. The DC, now that you know what you're looking for on these tree markings, is much lower, but it's just rediscovering the trail is what you have to do at this point.
Alright. Don't mind if I do. Crack my
Jones.
knuckles and I'll wiggle my toes in the mud and we'll get
Jones,
this sniffing like a dog on the ground like a bloodhound.
the Huggy Bears are with you, and I'll cast guidance and tap you on the shoulder.
There you go.
JJ will help him look around.
Butt up in the air, sniffing. Oh wow. It's an 11.
An 11, okay. Did you add your guidance for a D4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. You look about, and it takes you the better part of about a half an hour, almost 45 minutes of sniffing. Like you end up doing the it's the easiest way to kind of relate this to. It's more or less the thing that you see in early SpongeBob where he's looking for a rock and he's like licking the sand and he's like doing like wiggle dances and stuff, and like it's a lot of like weird like Koboldian isms and dwarven isms of like, oh yeah, so first you have to find the rock, and then you have to see which way the moss is on the rock. That'll show you the right path. And then it's all those things every tour guide at like a nature retreat uses to try and stall for time when they actually do get lost. But eventually, you do get to a point where you more or less find another tree that's been marked by this creature.
Yeah, so for Koboldian way, basically I am looking around and saying stuff like what you're saying, like, oh yeah, see how there's mud splashed up on this rock here, that means somebody walked by here, and then just slowly convinces myself that I'm on the right track until I just stumble upon it, and then don't believe it at first, but then like, wait, no, this is right.
Oh, that'll work, yeah. But yeah, you all do eventually come into view of this kind of like strange looking path that leads further and closer towards the Ravon range. Kobold Jones leading the way, I take it?
Yeah.
All right. Easy enough to do. You spend a good amount of time finding the path, finally getting there. You begin to follow it, and it kind of weaves through almost uneasily through much of this forest. Go ahead and, if you would, give me another survival check. I'm assuming guidance and what other boons and buffs people are giving people these days.
Okay, that's a little better. That's a 26.
26 is way better, in fact. With the 26, you begin to delve deeper and further inside of the forest proper, taking along with you much of the party, doing their absolute best to kind of keep up and stay more or less at your pace. I need everyone here, other than Kobold Jones, to make me a survival check as well. If you do not have survival, you can replace this roll with Constitution. Yay, set dressings. Nice, scrunch this. And alright. So, starting from the top. JJ, what do we get for your survival or con roll?
17 con.
17 con. You start getting to a number of low-hanging branches, murkier, kind of like matted vine wood that runs through the length of this very much densely populated section of this kind of range that runs along near the mountains themselves. You feel a number of like kind of like insects and the like all kind of beating and bearing down on you, but just another day here in kind of your family's area. Vel, what did we get?
15 con.
15. Same as JJ for the most part. You trudge on through. You feel your boots kind of tangle a bit on the vines that make up much of this kind of like mossy covering. And the deeper in you go, there seems to be this kind of hanging and clutching fog that does kind of roam through this large area of the forest. Next up, we have Orville. What do we got?
22 survival.
You are right next to Kobold Jones in the sense of like anytime there's a Scooby-Doo mystery where Shaggy and Scooby have to go off and like they have that Hanna-Barbera kind of banana walk where like Shaggy's leaning over Scooby. It's kind of that, I would imagine. I would best imagine that as the best case scenario. You're right there with Kobold Jones and finding the trail but saying nothing.
That's art we need.
Oh, just Scooby-Doo.
Occasionally stopping for bug snacks as well.
I think 100% in this pairing, yeah. That probably it's a little too accurate on the nose, I think. We might get sued by Hanna-Barbera. Maybe, well, some other dog duo that solves mysteries. There's a billion of them. Morgan.
Hey, is this kind of book good? Hold it up to him. Share it.
It's like a cockroach. Like a full, like, centipedal cockroach.
Oh, yeah. That one's full of protein. Nice and crunchy, too.
Those are gushers.
Oh, good thing there's another one right here.
Morgan, what did we get?
16 survival.
16. You managed to keep pace. It's sweltering once you get further in. The mountains themselves seem to offer a bit of like a area of breeze. You can feel the breeze kind of pulling through, but it is humid and warm and very much the Florida of this world as you continue to get denser and deeper into this kind of like murky, almost disgusting type of fetid forest. All the while, Kobold Jones, every few hundred feet or so, finding another small sylvan marking for this individual you seem to be tracking. After roughly about an hour and a half, 2 hours of travel in this manner, Kobold Jones, I need you to roll me a perception check. Orville, you can make this check as well since you are shaggying his Scooby, so to speak. Is that can I say that? Is that dirty? I don't know. No one tell Wood Rocket. Thanks.
It's 22.
22. Okay. And Orville?
A whopping 10.
Whopping 10. You have no idea why Kobold Jones has stopped, so you collide right into his plated armored back. Kobold Jones, you bring up the old military fist, that old, like, we're stopping motion kind of thing. You hear in the distance this kind of soft echoing voice, this chittering sound that kind of screeches and pulls, and it sounds as if there's almost like a rhythm to it a bit. You do speak Sylvan, right?
Yeah.
Knowing Sylvan, there's a harmony to this, but it definitely does not sound humanoid in a sense. That sounds almost like monstrous in a way. This chittering and chattering and kind of rhythmic sounds of these various harmonies that are coming through the forest.
Okay. Does it sound like wings at all?
Not so much like wings. You definitely have this more kind of like chewing sound that it kind of echoes out for. But if you didn't know any better, you think if you got closer, you might understand it more as words or sounds themselves.
Okay. I'll give a bunch of hand signals that nobody else understands except for me. And then I'll start walking forward slowly. I guess I'll stealth.
Okay.
And I'll do a very good job of that because I'm a professional sneaker.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good at that. I also do think by default Morgan knows all your hand signs because she has Thieves' Cant.
But Jones assumes she does not.
Oh, that's
because
true.
Nobody else is a veteran, so he does all the hand signs just to confuse people. But they're legit. Yeah.
So Morgan, you watch Cole Jones add on the pizzazz, and it's like, wait, hold here, this position, guard, set camp, and it's like it's anyone who's using the emote wheel on Call of Duty, just hitting all the different buttons. But it's very impressive if you don't know what it is. But being that you know what it is, you're like, why am I digging a trench right now? Why do we want to dig a trench? He's like doing like the two fingers.
What is going on?
Military, baby.
Even a little bit of like really quiet sound effects of like a plane flying and and exploding.
Oh, there's danger up ahead, clearly.
I got a 12 with disadvantage.
12 with disadvantage. Let's see here. Okay, so you begin to move closer and closer and closer still. You hear this kind of like Sylvan voice cutting out over it. Go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can discern the actual words. You do step on a rather large twig, we'll say. Definitely you can hear the singing stops abruptly.
It's a crit.
It's a crit. So you understand in Sylvan, you hear, it's an old fat spider sitting in a tree. Old fat spider can't see me. Who's there? Who's there? I don't like it.
I'll definitely do the cronk like up on the tree. Can I see him from here at this point? Or is it too far away?
You look off in the direction you were hearing this kind of like humming and harmony. And you look and there are like heavy set strands of spider silk like wrapped around these trees. It almost looks like if you had like cellophane wrap and you like pulled it tight around the trunks of like several of the trees up ahead. They're all like spun up and very much like packed away almost, it looks like.
Alright, so I'll do the Scooby-Doo stealth walk back to the group. Yep, exactly. And then I'll whisper to him and I'm like, alright guys, there is some sort of a spider creature that is ahead. Probably not part of the Scimitars, if I had to guess. Singing to himself in Sylvan, about himself, doesn't act like there's anyone else around. Maybe they know where they're at, but all the spider folk I've met in my time, they can be pretty ornery, so I don't know if it's something that we want to mess with.
Is it Clarence?
I don't know what Clarence is. It didn't say Clarence.
So you didn't catch a name?
DM.
Yeah.
I heard the name, and Kyle has a bad memory. So what was it?
So the name you're looking for is Clarence. The singing was just two limericks about spiders.
Okay. Yeah, no name.
Okay. So, do we just want to try and avoid this thing then, or?
Could, or we could shake it down and ask if it's Clarence. I mean, well, I guess there's another question for DM. Have I been seeing the Sylvan signs then?
Yeah,
Up
I mean
to this point? And they all say
lead.
Clarence?
Yeah, they lead all the way up to like right about this area.
And Clarence was on the sign, is what we were figuring out. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's all kind of coming together right now. I think that might be Clarence. If the signs are all pointing to this direction, and I am infallible with my tracking, the best tracker there ever was, couldn't have lost the sight, so this probably is him. Or maybe Spider is the front, but it's in Sylvan. It's speaking Sylvan. I don't know.
So
Everything's kind of coming together right now.
Celeste will light her pipe and go. Another case solved.
Good job, Celeste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everworld's greatest detective. Alright, team, how do we want to approach this?
Does
You said something about going for the throat, but I don't believe spiders have throats.
do we want to like juice Morgan up so that she could just take that good old sniper shot from the bushes and just get it done, one and done situation?
Well, that goes on the assumption this is... You're 100% sure, Jones.
100% sure about nothing. I'm not even sure that I'm Jones 100%.
You just said you were the most confident tracker and...
I tracked so good. And I led us right to where these signs were taking us to. But I will not say that that spider is, beyond all reasonable doubt, Clarence. I have not talked to him. And even if I talk to him, there's still going to be that situation. Maybe he's lying. Maybe he's just feeding into our egos. You can never be sure of anything in this world, Belle.
So should a few of us go speak to him and Morgan sets up with her juice?
Not really sure what juice is going to do, but...
I don't know. JJ said we were going to give Morgan juice, so I figured we'd give Morgan juice, and then she would get ready to take the shot, but you and me could go. And
I mean, I got this whole thing of dumb bitch juice, if you want that. That's what keeps me going.
that makes it all just...
He'll take a swig of it.
you uncork this old purple rotted and fetid juice. It kind of bubbles up at the top and you slurp it like a Slurpee. Yeah, you stop thinking for about half a second, like complete blank, like white screen, and then click back on. You're like, oof, that's the stuff.
Alright, so where are we?
We're in the forest and almost at the mountain range.
Splitting up on
okay.
ourselves, that's where we're at.
Does someone want me to go ask this individual if their name is Clarence?
Do you speak Sylvan?
Oh, no.
Oh, I do.
Because that's I think Jonesy might not. Well, Bartholomew would have
Bartholomew
to be.
raises his hand. He's like, I do speak most every civilized language and most uncivilized languages, in fact.
And
Diplomat of sorts.
So, yeah, he's a diplomat.
I could speak
If
to this
anyone
individual.
can get a name out of someone, it's
Of
gotta
course.
be Bucky.
Your confidence in me is remarkable, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, should myself and Bartholomew try and go speak to this fellow, and you all get ready just in case things go horribly awry, as they likely will?
I don't mean to be rude, Miss Velithil. But considering your current physical state, I think it might be best that maybe myself and, if we need a second, Charles could come with me, and then he's got my back, you know?
Current physical state.
Well, you look very dead right now. And, like, points to all the bruises and broken bones and, like, welts that are all around your frame. Like, you got thrown through a forest. I don't know. Don't want to point it out, but, don't...
That took like a power nap, though, so you know, but
Yeah?
that's fair.
Definitely how bones work.
My whole arm is purple.
Yep. That's gangrene or something in there. I'm not a doctor. Oh, wait! Jonesy!
I'm a doctor.
Yes, diagnose Miss Velithil, if you would.
I'd like to diagnose Miss Velithil, if I could.
Yeah, sure. Roll medical. Medicine.
It's a natural one.
Natural one. Oh, she might, in your professional opinion, as both a doctor, surgeon, and psychiatrist, there's a lot of trauma. Specifically, all over the place. A lot of trauma. It's effectively, I would assume, Kobold Jones's stance is the same as like the guys from Road to El Dorado, where it's like the stars aren't right. Only it's just lots of trauma, so much trauma. I've never seen more trauma in my life. That's kind of, I think, your professional opinion at this point.
There is just too much trauma to unpack, physically and mentally here, that I think the best thing that we can do, and he'll cock his battle axe, is
A
put her
shell
down.
flies out for some reason.
Ah.
I'm going to vote against that personally, but good to get a second opinion, you know.
Miss Val, do you want me to help the appearance, or maybe give you a little, you know, a little magic bump so that it's maybe not so prone to falling off as the doctor thinks? Coming off, you know.
Are we doing bumps now?
I did use a bit of magic to get myself back up. I think I just died. I don't...
I'm sure you feel
Hi.
great. It's just I'm, as your friend, companion, as your buddy, just a bit concerned about your outward appearance, might looking like you could die at any second.
JJ's gonna pop a first level just to try and help the appearance of Belle's arm, at least, just to give a little something, something.
Bell's whole everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First level of what?
She's got healing word.
Okay. You just give her a
Actually,
healing-
you know what? Let's throw a second level.
second
just
level
to-
healing word. Just
Just make it a
I'm
little
not maxed out, so the healing isn't going to go to waste.
there you go.
Oh, good.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's 10 total, please.
10 hit points. You watch, and JJ, as you sing your small harmonies and kind of play off of a few notes, the spell takes hold of Velithil, and you're snapping and popping and shoulders moving back into place, and small bumps and superficial cuts all kind of sealing up with horrid looking scars all over her. At this point, it's again, probably feels fine, could probably fight, just like many of the streamers in a boxing fight that are doing their podcast with black eyes in both eyes. It just looks real bad. It's a lot of superficial bruising and just stuff that takes time to heal. You look a little beat up. Like every dog that gets shaved at the vet.
That feels better.
Every little bit helps, I know.
Okay, so I hear you, buddy. I shouldn't be the one to go in there then. I'm a little rough right now. I think I might have actually been undead for a bit, so that makes sense. So, who wants to try and talk to a spider monster?
Mathami raises his hand, looks at Kobold Jones. I feel like we both know Sylvan, yeah?
Yeah, I can back you up.
Yeah, Kobold Jones got my back. Yeah, of course. It's my best friend right here. And he puts his arm over Kobold Jones because we're homies, right?
You have to probably squat down in a
Oh
demeaning way.
no,
in order to-
full on flicks the cape out and does the big old pop squat, and then puts the shoulder over.
I'll go ahead and use his upset center of mass and kind of push him over.
He falls over and rolls about 3 times. Lays there because I expected that.
Yeah, and then I'll help him up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, best friends, and starts wiping the mud and the dirt off of him. It's just the best of friends, always doing stuff together.
You gotta get yourself a little muddy,
Oh, do we?
It helps.
Oh, okay. If you say so. Well then, shall we be off, Mr. Jones?
Let's go.
All right. Oh, Bartholomew reaches over to his shoulder and picks up Charles and just goes, here, and offers Charles to Orville. Because I feel like that's probably the safest bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Charles climbs on your hand and then scurries over to your shoulder.
She's like, heroes, backup heroes,
Heroes.
second string heroes. Yeah,
That idea in your head.
Yeah.
like the back row, support staff.
Hardly.
Yeah.
Turn around. Hey, quiet on set.
Hey, oh, sorry.
Expect. Bartholomew looks to Kobold Jones. You both are walking towards where you heard the singing. All right.
Yeah. And then
you-
also, of course, being wary of the spider webs, and I'll make sure, for Buddy's sake, to point him out to him.
All right. Yeah, you pointed a few of them. They're hanging in kind of like a net overhead. You walk up to this very heavily and recently freshly webbed up tree. And you kind of arrive there, and Bartholomew looks around and goes, "Hello, hello. Is there someone?" Oh, he switches to Sylvan. You hear this kind of melodic, almost fey touched looking or sounding voice. Yeah, hello. Is there a what's his name? Christian or something? What's his name?
I'm gonna talk to him in Dwarven.
Okay.
Don't give away the name yet.
Oh.
They might get dodgy if you say their name.
Oh, true. Okay. Turns back and goes, sorry, random citizen who calls this forest their home. Mightn't you greet us with your presence? We've followed a long path to be here, and it's customary to not leave guests waiting in Fey culture. Are you Fey? Who are you? Nailed it. Okay, yeah, we're good. Goes there. Kobold Jones, you hear chittering, and you hear the,
He's talking a lot. He's talking an awful lot. I don't know if I like that. Who are you?
Oh, no. Out of character. Don't get this twisted. I want you to talk to yourself.
oh no, that's not
Why I
happening.
brought Buddy with me.
We're gonna bring somebody in.
This is my favorite thing to do as a player.
This is
make
awful.
someone talk to himself.
This is awful and terrible, so I had to bring someone else.
Part
Bartholomew,
where you
Bartholomew,
get killed because of this.
Bartholomew looks to you, Kobold Jones, and goes, okay, so we can't say their name, but can we say our names?
Can I see the fake creature?
Give me a perception check against their current stealth check.
11.
11. You look around, you don't see anything. You hear them, but they're very hard to see.
All right, I'll look, I guess, in the direction of wherever the voice is coming from. I'm sure it's echoey, but
Yeah.
I'll look where I can think it's at, and then I'll be like, "Well, hello there. My name is Kobold. Nice to meet you."
Man, it's a kobold. Okay. Nice meeting at you. What exactly would you say that you like? Why are you here?
I am searching for a group of brigands called the Scimitars.
Never heard of them, kid.
I mean, they've been causing an awful ruckus out here. I'm sure you know of them.
I mean, maybe I has. Maybe I hasn't. The entire time you guys are hearing Kobold Jones talking like this, very melodic, almost elven, and the responses are this chittering, hissing sound, like a spider might ought to. It's,
Well, what can we do to make it worth your while for some information?
Oh, okay. Getting paid off. What's your local currency or equivalent?
Stuff, gold.
I like stuff.
We can barter.
Okay, bartering's good. Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah, that's fine. Gold. Let's talk how about you see in your way to maybe providing me 5 gold pieces? You just throw it right at the base of this here tree.
Cole thinks to his head, it just so happens I have exactly 5 gold pieces. He'll throw his 5 gold pieces at the bottom of the tree.
You throw your gold piece at the bottom of the tree. Your perception and a few of the other folks that are higher perception watch as this like skittering swarm of tiny baby spiders come out from under the tree. Pikmin lift up these coins and scoot them under the tree. And goes, all right, present accounted for. You're cool, right? You're not like with the local guard?
No. In fact, I detest the local guard.
Oh, so do I, bud. So do I. All right. I'm coming down. I do ask that you refrain from any violence. You are surrounded. Just to make you aware of that. Okay. You start hearing the branches kind of twist and break, and you see this large, purple, dripping claw rend into the downside of the tree and slowly pull this very much malformed looking pink fleshy body free of it. Its head kind of small and dwarven, big heavy looking fangs that drip of acid and types of various venomous material. And you see this guy. I will let's do one of these. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do one of these. And we're gonna do one of those. This fella. Climb down the front of the tree and kind of stand there and twist their neck up, and their collection of eyes stare at you. Is anyone trained in nature?
I think that's the only skill none of us have.
Yikes, dog.
I got this survival on deck, though.
Yikes. Fair enough. So yeah, you see this creature kind of like turn and look in your direction. Goes, so what's can I do you there for, kid?
Well, as I said earlier, there is a group of brigands called the Scimitars, Crossed Scimitars.
No, see, that's where you messed up. See, I don't know no scimitars, but the cross scimitars I heard of. I sold them trees before.
Oh.
They needed some lumberino, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean.
No, it's good. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
How do you feel about them?
They're all right. They started early on burning down trees. Wasn't a fan. They said we needed campfire. I didn't like that. But we've kind of acclimated to them. They come by whenever they need things, and I supply them with a number of local materials, if you catch my drift.
I see. So then you would say that you are, in some respect, pro. I mean, do they do anything that you don't like? Pretty mutually.
Oh no! I did. You're not a god, right? You can tell me if you're a god.
No.
Okay. I may or mayhaps eaten 3 of them. Okay, it's just it was a difficult decision. I hadn't met with their leaders yet. They stepped on like 3 of my kids, so I figured, fair is fair. So, it's just it's a difficult choice you have to make sometimes here in the forest.
I've been there too. I understand.
Yeah, I mean you're here right now, so I understand.
Okay, well, we want to meet with them, and they're a little bit secretive about their location.
They are. They're very secretive.
That's why we're in the forest to begin with.
Oh.
And I figured that you've been living here. There's a lot of webs here. It's probably been here for a while. And you might know something about what's going on. And I was hoping that we could maybe, make a transaction here that you give us information and their general whereabouts, and then we give you something that you want.
I accept this opportunity to discuss a dealing with you at this present time, sir. Mr. Kobold, sir.
Thank you. And what can I call you?
Names are different around here. I don't really know that I can trust you with names, because, like, are you a fairy?
I am not a fairy. In fact, I am a kobold.
Okay.
As the name implies.
I see you got some friends over there. Maybe any of them of the the elven variety, like your friend here?
I think there's another elf. To me, all non-lizard humanoids basically look the same. So
Gotcha.
I'm not the one to ask.
Well,
Why do you have a problem with fairies?
It's just it's just a personal preference. Let's just say I'm a racist. I really don't like fairies.
I was gonna say,
I think
it
that's
does
simpler.
come off pretty ignorant.
I could lie to you, but I just have a big problem with fairies. My father was beaten by a fairy once. I've had a number of my brothers and sisters sold into fairy boxing. Their fighting pits are awful. It's just the easiest way to say it. So I can't give you my name just because I don't know in which manner of your elves, how they lean, if they're with the Seelie or unseelie courts. It's all very political, I'm sure you're aware. So instead you can call me that. And he points up with a claw, and you see this beautifully just recently webbed kind of like webbing, and it's like dripping still. You see like little baby spiders crawling off of it. And it says in like Sylvan, Clarence. You can call me that.
Oh, okay. Clarence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
My go by.
I understand. So then, as we were speaking before, what do you feel like this information is worth to you?
Oh, what it's worth to me? I mean, it would behoove me, as they like to say. And maybe you tell me what you got. I like all kinds of stuff. You got another pair of pants in there? Always wanted pants. Belts are fascinating.
I do, in fact, have a pair of pants in here. And I'll pull out the dragon pants.
Oh, look at those. Got like little lizard guys on them.
Yeah, dragons.
What?
It's a one of a kind. It's a creature,
No, it's not. I've seen dragon before. No, they're like this big. They got little glittery wings, and they confuse and put people to sleep all the time. They're little assholes, really.
Like a fairy dragon?
Yo, with the F word. Hold on a second.
Oh, sorry.
That's it. X-nay on the ferrier.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's all right. It's all right. First time. I understand.
I mean, is this good for barter transaction, or do you?
I think that's a good. I think we're in the right direction. We're greasing the wheel, as they say. Do you know what a wheel is?
Vaguely familiar, yes.
Okay, I never like to assume with other cultures, if they've discovered wheels yet. I got one myself. It's in my collection. So yeah, I think the nice pair of pants. Do you have any extra belts? I'm crazy for them belts. I've always wanted one.
Is there belts on a half-plate armor?
There's like leather straps that like link together like a belt. Yeah, you could pull like one of them off.
I'll do that.
Okay. You pull one of them off and like show it, and they go, "Oh, look at that!" All right, the pants, the belts, and oh, were you like a doer?
I'm not sure in what manner you're speaking.
Okay, so like if I had something to do, you would do it.
It depends. Obviously we're bartering with some items here at the moment, so if you're asking for something elaborate, may have to be one or the other.
Yeah, so I've got this like, I will take the pants, I will take the belt. I've always wanted a belt. Tremendous. But I've got this like lousy tenant that lives underneath one of my trees. Could you, in your elven friends, go and maybe just like evict that tenant? He's real behind on payments, and I just feel like you all are doers. You could go do that for me. Maybe I go look into, give you maybe like one of them papers with words on it that shows you where stuff is. You know what I'm talking about.
Like a map.
A map! That's a word for it. Yeah, so like I feel like that's a pretty good deal. I'll give you a map to your cross scimitar friends so you guys can go back home to mom and dad. And then easy as easy does. You go evict this guy, give me the belt and those pants. I think we got ourselves the deals.
Okay, and what about if I can't read your map or do not understand it?
Well then, I'll tell you what, I'll do you one better. If you are able to evict this tenant and get what they owe for rent, I'll send one of my kids with you, show you the exact way you need to go.
How much do they owe you for rent?
Right now, if I'm being generous and I'm not using compound interest, they owe me about 300 acorns. They're real behind, and it's throwing my whole operation into a whole snafu. It's this whole thing now. So I'm gonna, because now they owe me acorns, and then I gotta owe other people acorns, and the people I own acorns to, you don't want to own acorns to, if you don't catch my drift.
Yeah. DM, I'm gonna do like a quick look around of any acorns on the ground, and or rack my brain for if he's meaning some sort of other currency besides just like literal acorns from a tree.
Sure. Go ahead and give me your choice. Either insight, arcana, history, or perception.
Okay, I'm only trained in insight in that, but I do have the history thing if that's going to give me something for the currency only, or if insight will help with that. Yeah,
the history would give you currency only.
Okay. And then insight would just be more like, is he full?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Correct. If he's being serious.
We'll start with insight, I guess.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 12.
12. You get a sense that Clarence isn't kidding around. Like, legitimately, acorn trade is pretty big deal for Fae that live in forests, that grow trees and sell wood. That seems to be pretty, like, big business. And you look at, like, just a general glance, you're not, like, looking super hard, but, like, you don't see, like, just droppage on the floor of this very densely populated forest, which there should be.
Okay. All right, well, we'll do this. We'll go and we'll check it out.
All right.
See what we can do to evict him, and if we are able to evict him and get your acorns, then you give us an exact lead to it. If we're not able to get the acorns, then you get the pants, the belt, the eviction, and then you give us your map.
All right. So long as you get the guy out, you evict them no matter what. They get evicted no matter what. But if you can get the payment, I'll have one of my kids escort you.
Okay, I feel like that's reasonable.
All right, cool. And you see them reach up with their two little pincer talons and do like a double tap towards their face, and you watch this like very thin, almost noose-like web hover from like right in front of Bartholomew's face back up into the tree line. He goes, "All right, I think we have a pretty good deal there, Mr. Kobold. I'll look forward to your success."
He pointed out the tree that.
Yeah, he
was, right?
Yeah, he'll point down the way. He goes, he goes by Bonnie. Just knock on the tree. It's the one that has 3 knots in it. It's a little dug out. He lives underneath the tree. But yeah, you just evict old Bond there, and simple as simple does. Wang bang doodle, I got you.
All right. Well, I will go converse with my elves or whatever they are, and we'll.
Yeah, your shamans and all that. Okay, yeah, sure. Just hey, do me a favor.
Okay.
No weird, like, magic shit in my property. You can go commune, whatever you gotta do to get Bonnie out, that's fine. But, like, no chants and dances and, summoning fireballs and wrecking the neighborhood. Property values are already way down ever since all these tieflings been walking around the forest. So, maybe just, be a good dude.
Alright, I'll put in the inquiry to the rest.
Alright. And you see them climb back up into their wall and their nest. And you hear, like, very faintly, a crowd of voices all like, "How was that? What was going on? I didn't like that guy. He was purple." Like it's like all these like tiny little voices, and you walk on back to your group, Bartholomew, like just wide-eyed, full fishbowl, and then comes back and goes, "I think that went well."
Well, you didn't get hung, so that's
What?
bonus.
That could have happened.
Nothing. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Could always happen. You never know. Trust no one, Bartholomew, and I'll grab his face. I'll on my tiptoes. I'll
Like
grab his
like
face.
full jump. Like, the weight pulls him down more than anything. Okay, sir. I do that. All right, you got it, Mr. Jones.
Alright, guys, so here's the situation. There's that guy that's over there. He said that we can call him Clarence, so it's looking like everything's coming together, and he hates fairies. Right, and that's what cued me in first to try to get that out of him, so I'm thinking that that's the one. He does say that he knows where the cross scimitars are at, and if I give him these pants and this like belt thing that I made, and we go evict someone, that he'll send one of his baby spiders to show us exactly where the cross scimitars are, so long as we can get some acorns, which is like a currency. If we can't get the acorns, but we can evict the guy, and I give him the other stuff, then he'll give us a map. But I don't really know if he quite has the same idea of a map as I do.
Okay, who do we have to evict?
Someone named Bon.
Bon.
He said Bonnie, sir.
Bonnie.
Barney.
Bonnie.
Well, then he
Okay.
said Bon in like a, kind of like more casual style, so I figured that's probably what he prefers to go for.
Oh,
Or maybe it
that's
was
fine.
belittling him, I'm not sure. It's
Yeah,
one of the
maybe.
two, and I'm good with either one right now, so Bon.
Fair.
So we
Bon
know where
is-
this Bon is.
Yeah, he's at this tree that has 3 knots in it, and he pointed at it over there.
3 knots, huh?
Like a thrice knotted tree.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Okay.
That's where. Right?
Yeah.
To find the scimitars, the tree. So do we need Clarence's help if that's the tree that we need?
I mean, I guess I'll look around at this point as I'm thinking this out. Is there any, like, thing around here that makes me think that the cross scimitars might be nearby?
I mean, it's definitely an area that has been very well hidden and well kept. There's definitely a possibility that they're here, or could be hiding in any of these like alcoves and small clutterings. You don't personally think, especially with your training in survival, that this is a very easy to stumble upon place. Like, you don't think you could just wander the woods until you got here. There was very much like a specific path you followed to get here.
I mean, I guess it could be behind
What
up to them.
if-
I don't see anyone, but they're pretty good about hiding.
What if this Bonnie fella is who we have to, speak the password to? Of what was it? Fire and wood?
Could be.
I'd have assumed that meant it was smoke signals.
Now I do know that
No.
if like we have to fight, Clarence says that he'd prefer if we don't use magic bullshit. I think is how he said it. That's the
That's
best
just rude.
translation that I can come up with.
All I
Um,
do is magic bullshit.
Yes, I know. And I told him that I would convene with you all and let you know, at least, about that. He does seem like he has a lot of little spiders in there, and he also has hidden webs that almost killed Buddy. So,
But I'm fine, honestly. I think you're being a bit superstitious again, Mr. Jones.
and then I'll be like, yeah, very superstitious, and I'll give him like a really obvious wink.
Okay.
Should we go speak to this Bon then? See if we can get anything out of them and connect it to the scimitars before we actually try and evict? Are we actually going to try and evict them? I'm sorry, Morgan, this is the person you're looking for, right?
If he goes by Clarence and he lives in the woods outside Grim Village, I'd say it's a pretty good bet.
He also hates fairies for some reason, and said that he was, and I am not changing this word, that there is a direct translation from Sylvan to Common, that he was racist against fairies.
Wow, that's strong.
Did he say why?
I think it's just about, like, some sort of pent-up insecurities from youth. Maybe intrusive thoughts. That's usually what makes people say those things, but no, he wouldn't elaborate further than that.
I'm sure it's nothing more than thoughts from his youth and not other reasons.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that it couldn't be. I'm just saying that, that's usually what it is.
Why are we evicting this fella? Oh,
As part
own
of the deal.
acorns.
More
Something.
information from Clarence, and I mean, this fella could be who we need to talk to figure out this whole tree that we're looking for. But I don't think we actually know the passphrase.
I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty anti-landlord. So, this kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, but if it's going to give us the information that we need, then, it is what it is.
Like, landlords that give you the heebie-jeebies, or giant spider people?
Oh, landlords, yeah, I don't have a problem with spiders.
Okay. I'm fine, kind of going at this, however, anyone wants to handle it, if anyone's feeling confident about just going and talking to Clarence some more, or if we want to go see what Bond's all about.
I tried to word it in a way that we could, like, go and, have a chat with Bond, and if we felt like, this isn't for us, we could just walk away. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna take it that way, but I guess at that point, it is what it is. We have another job to do anyway. I do want to, I guess, also say that he told me quite ominously that we were surrounded. So, don't know if that means lots of little spider babies or cross scimitars, although I don't think that'd be the case if Bon is part of the scimitars. It seems like a weird thing. Or maybe they have a tumultuous relationship and they're just like, would come to each other's aid until they cross that boundary. And maybe at one point they were lovers and that's what fueled into all this stuff. They could have children together.
Are we starting fan fiction about the Spider-Man?
No, I just let him keep going. I want to see where this goes.
At this point, we need to get the rights for a movie or a book, I think, or like a radio play, perhaps.
Oh, JJ, you could write it.
And we could call his lover Marijuana.
What?
I thought the...
Why would
Wait,
you call
wasn't it Bond? Wasn't that the theory you were going on? Oh, hold on.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's a love triangle, right?
Oh, okay.
Or even a love pyramid where there's multiple angles that all come together and converge at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're stepping a little too far now. I think we need to reel it back.
I think our speculation has merely just begun.
Morgan.
So here's the thing.
Tell me your
I
theory.
will follow your lead in what you choose to do here. Because I don't think that I can A, avoid you guys getting involved if you don't want to get involved. And B, I don't know how to take care of like 3 million baby spiders.
I doubt it's 3 million. It's probably only a few thousand.
Morgan, you want to know the easiest way? You light a torch and you just start touching it to all the trees you think they're in.
Oh, so genocide. You know, I'm all about this whole like, class warfare, but that's a little bit far when you're going to go for the landlord's children too.
Are they going to survive if we kill the landlord?
I don't know. At least they get a fighting chance, though.
Do we also want them to? Do we want a fireball? Do we want a million baby spiders coming after us for vengeance?
As long as they're babies, I'm not really opposed to it.
What if they're all poisonous?
Orville, you trying to say something, or you're scratching your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Venomous.
Out of character, they'll absolutely cannibalize their dead father without a second thought.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
and that's how a new landlord rises.
Historically, spider on spider violence is a long history to read.
They could be poisonous, so Orville, we should probably not eat any of them. But then they also could be venomous, and so we need to watch out for their teeth.
Oh, right. There's that biological distinction.
Right.
Yeah, it'll get you in trouble. You know, you think something's venomous and you go to eat it. Oh, poisonous. Now you got the shits for days. Been there.
I was about to ask if you'd have personal experience with that, but thank you.
I've got a lot of personal experiences.
The most of them involve shitting.
At some point, almost all of them do.
Do we want to go talk to Bon? Oh.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you ready to take the helm on this and give it more Sylvan?
I'm here. Let's do it. I picked this language for a reason.
You picked what?
Anyway, let's go.
All right. So you guys will head over towards the thrice knotted tree with Barn to discuss eviction notice. Is that what you're on for?
Yeah, or maybe like to rough him up or something like that. Do we have?
Gotcha.
I don't think it. Yeah, we don't have a notice, right? He didn't give us a notice.
Nope, just showing up at someone's house. Let's go ahead here before we get into this one. Let's go ahead and take a break. It's 8:45 now. We'll come back at 8:50, and we'll meet Barn and see what that's all about, and see how this will play out, folks. Who knows? Who knows how this will go? I think I do, but I haven't read ahead, so don't worry. I'm right there with you. All right, guys. See you in about 5 minutes. Peace. Hello, and welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us after the break, you level 20 characters. We certainly appreciate you. Before the break, the players had ventured deep within the forest to hunt down a particular individual that Morgan had notice of as part of her job as a cleaner from the, number of Don Piscapones and his entire lumber mill type stuff. After coming to meet this individual, they discovered they are indeed a spider person, or Spider-Man, I think is people are calling them, and that, they might know where the cross scimitars are, and they also might be able to help out in exchange for pants, a belt, and, dealing with an eviction notice for an individual named Barney. Or Barn. Good old Barn. That is where we left. As everyone returns back to our digital table, Seekers of Galanti, you've walked up to the thrice knotted tree that is listed at the far end of this area. You hear a soft rumbling underneath the earth as you approach. You see this tree is massive. Its roots are actually uphinged. It is dug out, and you can see this heavy-looking pit that seems to sink between the heavy roots. The roots themselves are kind of curved up as if there was once a hill or a large lump or stone of dirt that the tree built, grew around, and now it's all been removed, so there's like this undercroft area on the tree. As you all approach, you hear this kind of like tremorous toll, and you kind of hear like a bit of like rhythmic thumping. What do you all want to do?
Are there any visual cues to go along with this, or is it just the...
You hear the thumping. You see like little bits of like particulate dust and kind of dirt kick up from underneath the tree and kind of roll out, almost like a dirt fog, kind of pulling itself under the tree. But otherwise, not much else.
Okay, I guess I'll... Hey, Morgan, can you look around for, like, traps or something like that? Pitfalls?
Can I look around for traps or pitfalls?
Sure, go right ahead. Give me a perception check. What do you got?
The 11s tonight, man.
The 11s. You look around. You don't see any like out and out, I am a trapper, I have done these things, pitfalls or traps. But you do note that there are a number of very large, like almost circular patterns that exist around this thrice knotted tree that look where the earth has been like repacked. It doesn't look like flat. It looks like there's been like dirt pulled out and then put back in. And there are a number of them, like kind of like almost like the kind of holes you might get from like a groundhog.
I'd just avoid any loosely packed dirt. I think we should be fine.
Right, keep approaching the tree then.
You keep approaching the tree. You hear this kind of like thumping sound get a bit louder. You finally hear this kind of like tremoring voice echo out. In Sylvan, that's to check what languages they know. You hear, "Hey! Who the hell are you?"
Back in Sylvan. The name is Kobold. Are you Barney?
Oh, yeah, man, I'm Barnes. What's up, bro?
Hello, Barnes.
Yeah, man. What do you do outside my tree, man?
I have been sent here by your landlord. Something about missed payments of acorns. Can we talk for a second?
Oh, wait. You're coming here from... Okay, hold on a second here. So, like, first off, can you, like, explain something to me, bro? Like, why can anyone lord over land, first off? Like, it's just on the ground, you know what I mean? Like, you can't own air, man.
Well, let me counter and ask you this.
Yeah.
Did you sign any sort of contract to live under this land, specifically?
Whoa, no deals, man. No deals, no written agreements, none of that stuff. We had what you might call a handshake deal. I shook a hand to not eat the bro. And now, you know, I feel like I should live here without having to pay a tithe, you know? Just the way it goes, man.
At what point did this start? Him asking you for money?
A couple months ago, I kind of turned on the reason I was supposed to be here, and, you know, it's just kind of chilling out, man.
Oh, so you ate his children.
I didn't eat no children, man. I specifically was told to eat children. I didn't eat children, bro.
Then what did you do?
I came, I talked with the bro, hooked me up with this awesome tree, and now he wants to kick me out so these like horny dudes can move in. Not my scene, bruh.
The horny dudes.
Lots of horny dudes. Some horny chicks, too. Awesome at parties.
Do they have a professional name that they go by? A moniker?
Yeah. They got something like that. A moniker, bro. Yeah, yeah, sure. They got, they're called, like, the Crisscrosses. I think that's their name.
Yeah. I know that rap duo. I'm hip.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know who's rapping what. Oh, you're talking about rapping the trees?
No, it's a music thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I like music sometimes, but it's really hard on my ears, so I don't really do like a lot of the art stuff.
Well, here, Barn. Do you know where these horny dudes are at?
I got a way to find out where they're at, but I don't like particularly know, like you don't really like follow people. You know what I mean? Like, what's that about?
Well, the only thing that I was thinking is, what if you were to lay waste to these horny dudes? Then there would be no reason for him to kick you out.
Bruh, that's a lot of harsh in my mellow, you know what I mean? Like, I understand my purpose in life is to be a terrifying monster person and, collect payments that are past due. Like, I understand my lot in life, bruh, but, like, I don't want to be that. I kind of has always wanted to be, like, an interior decorator, bro. I've got a lot of opinions about things and stuff. Are you familiar with the term feng shui?
Yes, I am.
Bro, speaking my language, bro. Now, if you had a purple couch, would you put that against a green wall?
I mean, it would definitely make the couch pop with the
yeah, it would make the couch pop. You hear some grinding sounds and dirt being moved. It goes, I don't know if I like it over there, bro. I don't know what you're thinking. It pops, but getting this weird kind of energy, man.
Sometimes you have to take great risk for great reward. You'll be the only man, or scary monster thing, as you said, that has a couch that pops that hard.
Give me a persuasion check. As you talk out of your ass about feng shui.
I'm gonna use my my extra dice from Commanding Presence.
Gotcha.
It's a 6 or 15.
15. There's like a pause, consideration of your words, and go, all right, yeah, it's kind of growing on me, man, like a feng shui ought to. Yeah, bro, you're pretty good, Mr. Kobold guy, or dude. I don't know, what's your deal? Also, can I ask like a personal question, bro?
Sure.
Yeah, so like, why do you have 12 legs? Are you a centipedal?
No, I have friends.
Oh, you got like friends up there. That's what's up. They don't, they're shy? Is that what's up?
They don't speak Sylvan.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. It's just like the local language, but I guess you can just not partake in other people's cultures, bro. Like, that's very like forward of them and exploratory. It's right on, bro.
I would say ignorant.
I don't want to call people ignorant, man. That just puts a bad vibe out there, bro.
Sometimes the bad vibe is the correct vibe.
Oh, it seems like a pretty bad way to look at things, my guy. So yeah, like if you're all good though, like maybe you could kindly like do the moving with you and your friends to some other habitable place. I'm gonna throw a party like in like a week or so. Then I'll give you an invite, get you the deets. Do you do sending?
I do not, but let me be frank with you.
Oh, your name's Frank.
Kobold.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm Kobold, but let me be. It's a phrase. Okay, anyway.
Frank the Kobold. Okay, Frank.
Let me be direct with you.
Hey, if you're gonna be Frank, can I be like Dante? That's a cool name I heard.
Sure, Dante.
All right, testing it out. My name's Dante now.
This is the situation, Dante. We were told by, calls himself Clarence, that as a deal, we would evict you from this home, and then he would show us where the crossed scimitars were, the horny dudes that you spoke of.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah, cha.
That's what we're here for. So if there's something that you can do to help us locate these crossed scimitars, then I would have no need to try to evict you from this home.
Well, I could like look them around, but like the whole situation that we're kind of like dealing with, like that's kind of like just harshing this whole mellow right now, is purely on the idea that your guy wants me gone and to take all the tunnels that I completely decked out to give to these horny dudes so they can like, I don't know, fornicate underground or whatever. I'm not quite sure. They came by a while ago saying they needed this whatever it's called, like a base of operations type deal. And they're just, and again, I paraphrase, but like wandering around aimlessly with no home to call our own. And, you know, I just feel like that's kind of rude of them, because I've more or less been living here rent-free since offering not to collect on a debt for that guy. So, like, I don't want to be that guy, but, like, little dude kind of owes me his life.
And I respect your position. I don't wish to clash with you in any way. Just want to find out where these horny dudes are so that I can enact vengeance on them.
Oh, you got, like, the vengeance? Dude, vengeance is, like, super bad chi, man.
Sometimes I've found that you need to bring self-defense to them first.
You're gonna defend yourself from them at them?
Yeah, preemptively.
Whoa, man, that sounds like another level, bro.
It is.
I like the way you think about shit and stuff. It's very out there.
I like the way that you think about shit and stuff.
Whoa, man. Thanks. I've been thinking about shit and stuff for all of, like, 7 months now, ever since I was awakened by fairies. And so, like, you know, I'm learning all kinds of cool things, man.
Well, you know what? You asked me a personal question, now it's my turn. What do you think about fairies?
Yo, dude, little guys got a lot of baggage, bro. A lot of baggy bros. So, you know, they pretty much pull you out of nature, more or less, you know? And they're just like, hey, this is our place. We kind of, quote-unquote, own you, bro. And then they force intelligence upon you so that you can serve them at their leisure. I mean, you know, I don't want to speak ill of, as they say, the creator, but, like, you know, there's got to be more to life, bro.
That does sound like a harsh vibe.
It's harsh as my mellow. And I never used to care about my mellow. I used to just eat things and tunnel underground. And that was enough for me, you know? But then, like, I learned. And I could speak. And, like, little bad vibe bros would constantly make fun of me because I'm a horrible monster person, according to them. And that's just not okay, man.
You know, you're really pulling at all my heartstrings right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Give me just a second, okay?
Hey, take your time, bro. And you know what? If you leaned your back 3 more degrees, you'd probably fix that disc problem you got going on in your lower.
I'll do that.
Yeah, man. Realign your chakras and shit.
Sorry, that was out of character. I'll
Oh,
do it.
you do it. You feel like a popping sound, and you're like, oh, okay, that's weird.
All right, so I'll turn back to the group, and then in, I guess Common is the only language that we all share. I'll start relaying information. All right, so there's this guy, this monster, self-proclaimed monster guy that lives underground that has burrowed a bunch of tunnels for all of the cross scimitars, which he very eloquently called the horny dudes.
You hear this booming voice in common echo out and go, I didn't build it for them, bro. I built it for me, bro.
Well, I appreciate the correction.
You're welcome. Good luck with story time, bro.
Thanks. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, the spider guy had him build this for the horny dudes, and now that's why he's trying to kick him out, is so that he can give it over to the horny dudes for probably some sort of monetary gain. And so now it's making me wonder, can we actually trust Clarence to lead us to them if he is trying to sell the land to them? Because certainly he won't want us to do self-defense to them if that's the case. So now I'm getting my signal wires crossed, and I don't really know what to do. He's also coming from a lower class, like the working class people, and that, you know, that whole builds into my entire political spectrum, so I have to be like a little bit like, you know, it's tough for me to make this call to evict him. I don't even believe in eviction in the first place, or land ownership.
Yeah, dude, how do you own land, dude? Fight the power, bro.
Thanks.
Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome, Dante.
Hey. You guys hear this, like, terrifying boom of a voice, like, echoing up, and every time talking is happening, dust is kicking up from it underneath.
So, Clarence works directly with the scimitars then?
That's what it sounds like. Well, I mean, yes, and actually he said before I didn't think it was interesting information to begin with, because he was pretty ready to sell them out, but I guess he sold them wood before to help build their old encampment, and now he's like gonna be land. I mean, I get where he's coming from, right? He basically turned a single family dwelling into a, like, you know, luxury apartment situation going on here, where now he can charge rent to everybody that lives here. So I get where he's coming from, his miser business end.
Can I ask a quick question? How do we know how big this fella, I think you said Dante, is, and if the cross scimitars can actually fit inside of said tunnels?
I mean, I think he can hear you, but Dante, how big are you, bro?
You do hear this, like thing is, oh, dude, I'm freaking jacked, bro. I just sit down here and I mostly just survive on a substance diet of protein and lots of exercise. Also, I don't know who is speaking my name, but it really harshes my mellow if Frank doesn't call me Dante, because I didn't give you permission to use that name for me, dude.
Dante's not his real, Dante's not his slave name. That was one that he told me that I could call him because we're trying out new names. I'm Frank and he's Dante.
Well, man.
So he'd rather be called his slave name?
I just don't know you like that, bro.
Okay, anyways. So, I don't even know if the scimitars will fit inside these tunnels, because the scimitars are like the size of us.
Oh, do you bros want to come down here and see, like, the infrastructure that I built? It's very
You can come out.
shui. I could come out? I guess I could. You guys aren't gonna, like, scream and run, right? I have this thing about screaming and running. It, like, there's this thing that people call it, and it triggers me. Like, I give chase, and then I eat people. And I can't help that. That's just who I am, okay?
Orville,
Do you make people scream and run often?
I don't try to.
But I mean, does it happen?
It does, in fact, happen quite a bit. And then I stop being hungry afterwards.
Now, when you make people scream and run,
Yeah.
are they like normies, or are they like adventurers too?
I don't honestly know the difference. I've only had sentience for about 7 months, bro.
Wait, I knew someone like this before. So it harshes your vibe then?
Oh, harsh as my vibe is a great way to put it. Random sentient voice from above my tree.
My name's Vel.
Oh, hi, Vel. You can call me Blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss. That's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. But yeah, I mean, I'm down to come up if you understand my message. But I just can't have you guys running away from me. Otherwise, it does trigger a primal sensibility about me that causes me to chase people down and murder them. Well, consume them mostly. They get murdered by stomach acid. Yeah, it's kind of wicked. But, like, full disclosure on that front, I don't want you to be surprised if that happens.
I'm a little bit worried that there might be some sort of like dragon fear type thing going on here.
Yeah, same. Orville, could you, like, look? Can you see, like, through the ground how big this inhabitant is by any chance?
I could certainly try. Hey, feller down there.
Yeah.
Are you all right if I try and perceive you at this moment? I can kind of like see through the ground and things, and if I can perceive you, that might help with us not screaming and running away and getting murdered by stomach acid.
You can perceive me and stuff, bro?
I should be able to, but I don't want to unless you're okay with that.
Oh,
Feels
man,
a little intrusive to your domicile.
Thank you so much for, like, respecting the boundaries of my domicile and getting consent. You know, consent is very, very appreciated, man. Yeah, if you want to, like, lean your head over the inside of my little tunnel situation right here, I'll totally wave back at you, bro. But, like, no sudden movements. Again, I do have a condition.
All right, I suppose I can do that. First and foremost, he will activate the true sight and try and see him through the ground.
Yeah, you look. It's too much ground to see something through right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. I'm gonna look back over my shoulder and like kind of hold out a hand to like grasp and pull me back should need be, and just wait for somebody to take it before ever so slowly approaching the edge to look over.
Charles reaches for your hand. Doesn't understand what's going on.
I will grab Orville by like the waist area to one, make sure he doesn't fall in, and two, if he becomes a little bitch and tries to run away, I can
Slow
on
him
to
down.
him and keep him grappled.
Seems good.
You just muscle me into place.
Yeah.
All right. So you're looking down into this pit.
Yeah.
You look down, and your dark your true sight as you kind of pull the bandage up over your eyes. You look down, and you actually see this like beautifully like moss carpeted room. This like big open area. There's a number of walls that have been painted, and like there's a smell of iron, and you assume some of the paint is probably blood. There's a lot of red and green, like natural moss. And there is like a collection of like old backpacks that have been strung together and are for some reason purple, and they are pushed up against the green wall currently. You see a massive, and I mean truly huge creature of metallic flesh and long noses. Nobody has nature, so I'm just going to show you the monster manual version of this creature, which it looks like this. Looks like a big, huge earth-born shark, if you would be so kind. This one is huge, sitting in the bottom of this pit, and is actually like wearing on the ends of these heavy-looking like digger's claws, are wearing like torn up what looks like leather suits of armor that make fingerless gloves for them, and they are wearing heavy-looking patchwork pants and a massive belt, and they're leaned up against this like what looks like a small little kind of like chair situation, but as you look closer at it, especially into the ethereal realm, it's a very haunted looking chair that seems to have been made out of the bones of the dead. And you see down at the bottom of this hole, this Bulette looks back up at you, goes, "Hey man, what's up? I'm Barry." Well, Barney for some, but you can call me Barry.
Hi, Barry. My name's Orville. Nice to meet you.
Hey,
I really
nice
like
to
what
meet
you've
you.
done with this place.
Right, bro? Look at my freaking feng shuis. I don't even know what this
Yeah,
thing
they're
is.
so cool.
And he pulls up and he has like this like it looks like the metal spoke of a wheel, and there are literal long swords hanging from it, like almost like a baby's cradle, and like wiggles. He's like, "I'm gonna like hook this up to like the base of the tree, and then I've got this like cool little like thing to bring the room together, bro."
Yeah,
Hey.
that'll do it.
Do you make rugs, bro?
I don't.
A rug would really bring the place together.
It would. But first, I think you might want to get that chandelier hung.
Right. Oh, chandelier. That's a great word for this. I
That
was gonna
is,
go with
yeah.
hangy, stabby thing, but chandelier's way cooler.
Yeah, chandelier's one of the fancy words.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for not running away in fear, man. It's like
Yeah, of course,
he, like-
man.
he like wipes his mouth, and you just see like a streak of crimson on his like exposed like chitinous jaw. He's like, "Yeah, man, it happens way too often with people, and then my eyes like they turn into this like blood rage, and I just chase them, and then they're gone. No, they leave all their stuff though, so that's pretty rad."
That is pretty rad.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, leaving your stuff does help you to run faster, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna go talk to everybody. It was nice meeting you. And
Hey, nice
look
meeting
great.
you, Orville. Hey, you look great. I think maybe
Thank
I'm mostly
you.
blind. Tell you the truth.
You know, in a strange way, me too.
Wow, really? You have tremor sense?
Oh, no. My eyeballs got melted out and replaced with these glowing lantern thingies.
Oh, dang, that's wild. Hey, would you ever want to be a chandelier for me?
I have a hard time staying still, truth be told.
True. You're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job, bro.
Yeah, thank you. It's tough, but if I'm gonna back away real slow,
Cool.
and you're not gonna chase me, right?
I won't chase you, man. Hey, tell Frank I miss him.
I'll tell Frank that you miss him.
Hey, thanks, man. And he's like,
You will-
slowly. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw for how slow you move away from this person.
Oh, you got it.
They are triggered by movement.
So it's a 15 on die for a 23.
23. You start moving. You move further back, and you kind of like have like a little bit of like a leg twitch, and you see them shift, almost like a full like. Have you ever seen an athlete snap at like a center for football, and they all just like flex up really quickly? There's a moment with that, and he's, oh, we're good. Just count down from 10, bro. Just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and by that time you're gone. You're like, we're cool, we're calm. You're not a monster person when we don't want to be, and that's okay. Orville rejoins the
Like,
group.
very slowly, like Scooby-Doo kind of creep back to the group. Alright, so that's a big metal kind of ground shark sort of thing down there.
Okay.
Also,
That sounds pretty
Frank,
cool.
he misses you.
Yeah, I miss him too. But I don't want to run away.
You hear, thanks for delivering my message, Orville.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, no good deed goes undone. And you hear like a start hacking, like almost like a cat hack. And you hear like something jingle, and then suddenly flying out, you hear like, and it rolls on the ground. There is a solid ball of what looked like a breastplate at one point that has been chewed into like almost a perfect sphere of like crunched in and compacted metal. That's for you, little dude.
Thank you. This might weigh as much as I do, but I'll take it with me. Thank you.
Hey, anything for you, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
So, and turning back to the group.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm with him. He's cool. But he's really, really big. And them horny dudes wouldn't have a problem fitting through his arms or whatnot. Because he is big.
He is very nice, though. So
He's
I
so
don't-
kind. He's got a heart of gold.
You hear like a rumbling, like, actually no, my heart is part of my vascular system. It's not actually made of gold. Putting fibs out is not cool, bro. Not cool at all. Bro.
I'm sorry. The way you coughed up that metal, I assumed incorrectly, and I
Hey, man.
apologize for that.
I used to hear this from fairies all the time. Assumptions make asses out of you and me, and I don't like being an ass. I like being myself.
And I like that for you too.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
It's hard.
But Blunderbuss,
Yes?
have you ever thought about, because like Clarence is really harsh, you're mellow and whatnot. That's
Oh,
like,
totally, bro.
what if you left so you didn't have to live so close to him?
Oh, yeah, I thought about that before, but like, where would I go? I got in trouble a long time ago when I was traveling, and like, I ran into like a thing called a caravan, or whatever that is. It's pretty much a mobile commune. Not the greatest place to live. And, I got into a little bit of a issue on my way here, and, I heard that Clarence kind of took care of that business for me. So I do owe him in a sense, and he's not that bad of a guy, but I really don't have anywhere else to go. Plus, I'm gonna install this chandelier. And
That's true.
as you hear this massive talonous claw and like leather wrappings can come up just between like the the like root system and the start of the hole, you see this massive clawed hand go in, and you start hearing this like crunching sound as they start screwing what looks to be a short sword into the top or like the bottom roots of the tree, and it hangs this like little thing with long swords at the end of it. He kind of just like darts it in there like a pushpin. Just sick. That does really. I like the way that looks.
Alright, so I think we're gonna have to go back on our eviction plan here.
Yeah, I don't want to fight blunderbuss.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the only things I can think of is we can, just like leave this entire thing that this DM's painstakingly wrote for us. The gods wrote for us. Or two, we can try to figure out some way to get some acorns, and then maybe, that'll be enough, because that's really what he's after, right? Is these acorns that are owed.
I thought he asked you to evict him, and then secondary if you could get the acorns.
Yeah, but, maybe there's some level of like, hey, rent's been paid, like leave that for next month or something like that, Landlords can get all of a sudden very friendly once you give them what you owe them.
I've got an idea. Since our new associate friend, however he would like to be denoted to us, is so into this feng shui interior decorating thing, what if we worked out some sort of partnership where our friend here could dig tunnels and decorate them for the scimitars so that,
We don't want the scimitars to succeed.
We don't
I'm not
know
sure yet.
where the scimitars stand in all of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about them. But in the case of, possibly working something out, to where, our friend here gets to keep digging and creating these wonderful spaces, but still gets to stay here. And maybe, since he's doing this kind of job with Clarence, that kind of pays his rent, Kind of like a working relationship. I don't know if that's something that would harsh his vibe or marsh his mellow or something, but maybe that's an option.
Well, I don't really want to, take over her plan or whoever is speaking currently, but working for a baron seems like bad, maybe? And I refuse to bend the knee to tyrants.
It's fine.
Respectfully, of course. Also, what's a marshmallow?
Oh my word. They're so soft and squishy and very sweet.
Oh, so they're like bones. Awesome.
Yeah. Even
You're
softer
really-
and squishier.
Yeah.
The coolest part
sweeter.
about bones is when you get to the center of them, there's like this goo inside and it tastes so good.
That's true.
Is that what you mean? Like the marrow, marshmallow? I've had that.
Yeah. That. Absolutely.
Well, that's good.
So, what do we do now?
I got a lot of tunnels if you want to move in. Just, you have to be really slow about stuff.
Like about everything, right? Was it just when moving away from you?
Oh, yeah, in my general vicinity through which I could perceive you. Yeah, no fast movements if you could. But you're free to live down here. I could make you like a wing. It didn't work out well for Larry, but you might be different.
Who was Larry?
My last roommate.
What was his deal?
Oh, he was cool. He had a lot of like grander ambitions about utilizing the power of a beast at his beck and call. Wore a lot of like shrooms on him. They were weird, and I tripped balls for like a whole week after eating him.
That must have been a lot of shrooms for your size.
It was crazy. He kept them in like little baggies and stuff, and he said he could speak to the forest. I'm not a forest. He spoke to me normal.
When you were tripping balls, could you speak to the forest?
Oh no, dude, but I could taste my walls. That was crazy. I mean, I taste them anyway when I burrow, but it's something special. It really opened my perception on a lot of stuff.
I bet. Well, I certainly don't feel comfortable doing this eviction anymore, so maybe we should just try to find the scimitars on our own. They must be close enough that they can do an entire, moving situation and move all their stuff into an underground area here, so can't be too far off base.
Blunderbuss,
Yay, what's up?
have you ever had any of the scimitars, like the horny people, run away from you? And do you have any of their stuff?
Oh, well, I might, but like, gotta kind of keep it between us because the last time that I ate some of them, Clarence got like really upset, like seriously took it very personally. And so like, I did hang on to their stuff, but like, I don't want to really upset the status quo, if you catch my drift.
So Clarence really cares about the scimitars.
Something about like creating perpetual wealth that he can then give to his children. I don't quite know the particulars, but he does have a lot of kids.
Apartment complex.
Whoa. He does have a complex about it. I don't know what an apartment is.
Well, we could either try and look through some of the scimitar stuff, maybe if there's anything useful in there to lead us somewhere, or we could go back and talk to Clarence, let him know that he doesn't own land. So nobody can do that.
He doesn't even live on it.
He lives in the trees, right?
Yeah. That's why I can't get at him. Not that I would, but like, if I wanted to.
Do you want to?
No, I'm kind of peaceful and trying this whole new thing where like I realign my chakras.
Right.
I choose peace over violence when I can.
That is very noble of you.
Right.
Just want to say, I've been there before. And look at me now.
I can't.
No, I meant more to them.
They can't? Okay, yeah, no, I'm mostly blind, yeah.
Alright, what do we want to do, people? We're all meandering because I think we all have fallen in love with this NPC.
I will DM warning, do not adopt this one. You might get fucked up eventually.
There's no way he could be worse than Charles.
Whoa!
The size huge bullet that can't control himself from eating people.
He's got a medical condition.
I can help him.
I think he just needs Xanax, that's all.
It's just
He's a little wound
exposure
up.
therapy.
Yeah.
Easy. We put the horse blinders on him, and then on his
He
back
has
or whatever.
Trevor sense.
Yeah. We just get a really big drum and tape it to his back, and like get some sort of kick thing to go. So as he moves, it just drums. It drowns that out, and then he can only see like 10 feet in front of him, or everything's fine.
Sounds like a terrible way to live your life.
Yeah, don't give Barney class levels, please. I don't know where I would start.
Barbarian.
Maybe they have over 20 cons, so that's a pretty good start.
Alright, so do we want to head back to Clarence then? Because I don't think anyone actually wants to fight Barney, right?
Yeah, I have no desire to fight this
I have
thing.
no desire to do
Charles
this.
is down if you guys want to.
Well, I guess what I would ask then is, what do we want to accomplish by going back to Clarence? Are we looking to try to initially, like, straight up start a fight with him? Like, knock him out of the tree and see if him running will make our new friend, attack him? Or do we care anything at all about him at this point and just move on so that we don't have to get in the middle of this?
I don't think we'll be close enough for Barney to get involved. But it does sound like that Clarence is kind of manipulating multiple people because he's trying to kind of extort the scimitars as well for the land. So I don't think he's like on their side necessarily.
Yeah, but it sounds like he might need them, right? Like, I mean, if you're about to become a landlord of an apartment complex and someone is asking to remove everyone who pre-registered to start living there, you know, that's all your rent money gone. And it's not like he's going to find more people who are going to want to live underground in tunnels.
Well, yeah, he's not going to have anything because it's Barney's. So he's not going to be happy with us. Are we worried about the feelings of a racist spider?
No, absolutely not. I just don't know how much it matters that he's still around, or if we're just like, yeah, we're just gonna go fuck him up.
I mean, at this point, with the information that we have and the fact that Morgan wants to kill him, Morgan, you do want to kill him, right?
I mean, it's 7,500 gold. If
That's
I
a
kill
yes.
him.
Yeah, that's a yes.
So,
It's pretty good.
You can be honest. You can be frank with us, okay? I know I'm frank, but you can be frank too.
I mean, I said I would take your guys' because again, I don't know how his mini children will react.
Well, we just look at this situation where we don't want to mess with Barney, so we're not gonna have likely, like, we can ask if there's anything else he wants, but like,
I think we just shouldn't marsh his vibe.
Clarence's?
No, Barney's.
Yeah, no, we're not harshing. Yeah, never. We would never do that.
I just get a vote on how everybody feels about killing Clarence.
I'm fine with it, because I feel like we'll probably find some information there to proceed forward to finding more of the scimitars.
I mean,
Or they're watching.
Absolutely.
They're his babies.
I think I saw his spider children. They went and
What's
grabbed
your
the
vote?
coins that I threw down. I'm good to murder this racist landlord, so...
But not genocide his entire family.
Yeah, I'm not super keen on that, if it could be helped. Not like I would be able to do that anyway, because all I got is an axe, and that would take a long time.
Man, one spider at a time.
I got some acid and shit, you know?
We will dismantle this one spiderling at a time.
Sounds like the longest combat of my life.
So do you want to try and like talk to him, or do you just want to try and like get him back down to put him into position?
I don't know if there's anything that I can talk to him about, considering.
No, I
he
mean
stated-
Jones.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't know that Clarence speaks anything other than Sylvan.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean... It seemed like he was ready to preemptively attack before. Maybe he trusts us enough now to not try to do that. when we walk up. I could try to get him to come down, but then if it doesn't work, we're kind of not going to be able to. We're going to have a hard time I just certainly can't get to him. I don't have any way to get up there.
Yeah, I don't have the wand equipped, so I can't cast Spider Climb on anyone. Should be really useful right now.
I mean, we could have JJ maybe forge a eviction document that states that he'll vacate the premise in 30 days and that he signed it.
We could. I also can cast Fly on somebody. If need be. I do indeed have that ability.
That's also considering the fact that, like, if you cast Fly on the person that's going up there to attack him, say me, I'm gonna have all his little baby spiders around me. And him. So, by myself.
Well, I think the better option is to put Fly on Jones so he can get out of the center quickly. Because you would be able to just arrow him to death anyways, and I was thinking about making you invisible. Just
I have invisibility as well.
Double that up.
Probably be good to wait for Celeste to be able to cast magic weapon on your bow.
Her arrows are magical.
Okay.
What's the plan?
So we're all on board to go murder this dude, yeah?
I mean, unless, something else comes up in a conversation with him to change the reason, he just seems like a problem for all sides to me.
Okay. Do you want to maybe draft up that? He could just send his baby spider wings down to pick it up. I may not be able to get him to actually come down and collect the paperwork, but I guess it's sort of an in.
Doesn't he have to get your pants and belt?
That's true. He might want to get that by himself. Don't have the acorns, so...
He doesn't have thumbs you can offer to help him put the belt on.
That's true.
You can put the pants and the belt on him. Yeah, or
Okay.
we can have Buddy. Does this guy speak Common or Elvish?
We don't know.
Because
Yep, we
JJ
don't
can only write in Common or Elvish.
Do you have comprehend languages? Would that let
She
you
does,
write
but
it?
I think it's only reading it.
Yeah,
You
it's
can write it
Or
in
here.
common though, because you're faking one from Barney, right?
Yeah.
And we know he speaks common, so you
True,
can just write it in
okay.
common and deliver it that way, regardless of what he speaks.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see if this works.
Alright, so you guys are so
What's the
unclear.
signature gonna look like? Because
You're-
he's blind.
You're drafting an eviction notice for Barney, but it's a fake eviction notice so that Clarence will understand that you evicted Barney. So you can
Yeah,
get Clarence out of a tree to collect
That Barney agrees,
To
has
get-
agreed to this vacating the premise in 30 days, like an actual eviction notice.
it. Okay.
You know, you
Gotcha.
repeating it back make it sound convoluted or bad.
I'm just trying to get all the steps together for the audience. All right. Understood. JJ, you draft up an addendum about evicting Barney the Bulette, if you'd like to put his full name. Bartholomew
Oh,
will help you with a couple of legalese things. And what would you like to do?
She will also put in his other monikers as well that he gave Vel and Kobold.
Ooh.
And then before Kobold Jones goes to hand over this note, JJ will pat him on the back and give him a little bit of inspiration.
Mhm.
So you may have a point of inspiration there.
Is that a D8 now, or still?
Yeah, it's a D8 right now. And she will prepare to cast Fly from her DOS.
Just full prepare.
Just
All right.
tuning up a little.
Document in the hand. What do you want to do, Cobalt Jones?
I'll go back up towards the spot that I was before and tell Buddy to hang back.
All right. Bartholomew will be there for emotional support. He'll grab your hips.
I said to hang back. I don't want him to get hung.
Oh, you don't want to get hung. Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Oh, so wait, so you draft the notice, but you're not going to have Barney sign it? You're just going to hand it to Clarence?
Yeah, we're gonna like forge the signature.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
I don't know what that would be like. Maybe like a spot of blood or something like that.
You say this, and Charles kind of gives like a nod, and it's like, I believe that.
JJ
do bullets have hands?
No.
It would be a bloody, like, single claw print.
Oh yeah, they have claws.
They have
I was
claws.
gonna
Yeah,
say
Yeah, that claw might just like tear or cleave through the paper.
which might not be a
if you
bad
want to
idea.
do
Just
that.
take a
Yeah.
dagger and just
Put a little bit of a tear in it and maybe some blood on the bottom. Just like a
yeah,
tear
I'll
on the
pop
middle.
some blood.
I'm still
But
covered in it.
JJ will just cut her hand slightly and tear it a little bit towards the middle of the paper.
I don't know why you did that. I
Alright.
could just go and then coughs up blood on the ground.
Are you okay?
I don't think that's normal, Cole Jones. Do you also need a magic bump?
It's
Ye old blood cough.
yeah. No, I just have like a really severe case of GERD.
Jesus.
Is that the corn dog's fault?
It's the corn dogs. Oh my god. All right. So you falsify these documents in a language this guy probably doesn't read. You arrive back at the tree. You're leaving Bartholomew out of it. Got it. Kobold Jones. As you approach, you hear a hissing and kind of like, again, like a clittering, Jesus Christ, clacking and things of that sort. But you hear like the web kind of like hiss and crackle, and you hear, "Hey, look at you! Welcome back. How are you this fine afternoon?"
I am doing well, Clarence. I have brought you the eviction notice signed as you requested, giving 30 days for Barney to move out.
Well, 30 days? What do you mean about 30 days? I didn't talk about no 30 days. What do you mean?
This is how traditional evictions are created. You asked for an eviction, and I went ahead and delivered one.
Oh, I thought like, hold on a second. I'll come explain. And crawls down the tree and is like on the side of the tree like a spider, and like sits up on like their legs still attached to the tree, but their hands. Well, I meant an eviction notice, like you were gonna evict him, like he's gone forever.
Well, you didn't say that.
But
You kind of left a lot up.
it
for
was
interpretation.
assumed. Yeah, I mean, it's
No, you
all
can't
very
assume.
standard.
You left a lot up for interpretation.
all right. So what do you have for me?
Here, and I'll
Give me
hold out
acorns?
I'll hold out just the eviction notice, as I say here.
Okay. He climbs down the tree, like looks over, and then like you see a shot of web shoot out and hit on the other side of the paper. He goes, "All right, just let it go. I'll grab it."
How far away from me is he at this point?
At this point, I'd say he's about 15 feet, give or take. About 10
How
feet,
far away is he?
10 feet off the ground, 5 feet between you. Huh?
How far away is he from the tree?
No, he's still on the tree. He just moved further down, so he'd be closer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, he
All right, I'll let it go.
All right, it comes on over. He unravels it and holds it up to 4 of his eyes and looks it over and goes, "I can't read this thing. You sure this is all here? I see blood at the bottom."
Yeah, that is the way that he signed it. I do have my pants and belt for you, though. Help me put them on if you'd like.
I need JJ to roll deception, since she's the one who fabricated this document.
I'm just waiting for Morgan to say I shoot an arrow at him.
He's in clear line of sight, no cover, on a tree.
I'm panicking.
26.
Panic. I'm not even going to roll. He doesn't have that high enough for insight, and looks over and goes, "All right, if you say this is good, this is good." And he goes and like holds it up, and you see like 10 little baby spiders come down and collect the paper, and they crane game it back up. He goes, "Thanks, kids." So yeah, belt, pants, pretty good. I give you a map.
All right, and if you want, I can help you put these guys on. I don't know if you've ever put on pants before or a belt.
You gonna put pants on?
It's hard to put on a belt at least without thumbs, right?
I don't have opposable thumbs. You are correct there. Give me a persuasion check at advantage, because he does not have opposable thumbs.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go all in here, and I'm gonna do a bardic inspiration and also my battle master talent.
Okay.
So here comes 2 natural ones.
Heyo.
Still only a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There's like a moment, a pause, and he goes, yeah, I can see the harm in that. You're a pretty helpful fella. And like climbs all the way down onto the ground, walks over, and now you get a good look at him, and he's wide, heavy-set looking spider person, an ettercap, and has like this long neck dripping of venom, and kind of leans over to you and goes, so do I just put like one leg over here, one leg over there? You're not gonna rash up my thorax, right?
No, I won't do anything like that. You just put in one leg at a time.
All right. He puts one leg in.
And then I guess to go ahead and start this thing off, as he goes to put the other leg in, he's at his most vulnerable.
Okay.
When you're trying to put on pants, I'm gonna try to yank the pants out from under him, like when he's got like the second just ankle in. Just like totally throw him off balance and then start the combat, I guess.
You're not even trying to get a map out of him?
That's fine with me. You yank. He goes, whoa, what's going on? You've got the surprise round. I'll just do this. Everyone roll initiative. You have a round of surprise. He will be prone at the end of the round of surprise. Simple enough to do. And then we'll pull the map out after the round of surprise. All right. Let's see here. Let's roll mine. I have this, and I have the babies, and I have mom.
There's the real threat.
Right. Who has a 20 or higher?
Vel has a 20, I believe.
Okay. Who has a 15 or higher?
18 to JJ?
18 to JJ?
Yes.
Okay.
18, please.
Kelwell Jones, what do we got?
15.
15? Okay, so...
Also 15.
Okay, so we're gonna go...
Also 15?
Oh my god, okay, so Clarence gets a 16, and then it's going to be Morgan, and then Orville, and then Jones. And then we'll put... That's all here. I'm gonna say Celeste is dancing, because that seems simpler.
Celeste is hanging out with Barney.
Yeah, I imagine Celeste crouched, like holding her knees, leaning just barely over the pit, and being like, "So what you doing down there?" Because that seems like a very Celeste thing. What's it like underground? And then we will put Bartholomew, Buddy, the babies, and then Charles, King of Initiative. All right, Vel, you have the initiative. This Ettercap is doing, whoa! What have you done to me? And it's currently in the process of falling over.
I'm just going to give him what he didn't want. I'm going to shoot a firebolt at him.
All right, go right ahead. Roll to hit.
What's that, 26?
26 hits. Oh no!
7 points of fire damage.
Alright. Takes it. Clarence takes 7. Mom Spider has the surprise condition. Does nothing. JJ.
JJ is going to take the round to cast protection from poison instead of fly on Jones. Right
Cast protection from poison on Jones. Seems good. Clarence has a surprise condition. Loses it. Morgan.
I'm going to shoot at him with my short bow, since I'm
it seems pretty good.
in range.
Yep. He is. You have advantage because you have your friend, or you have sneak attack because your friend's there. You have advantage because he's not taking an action. You have You're not moving. But there's a billion reasons to give you this. Just roll to hit.
I rolled it the wrong way. 25.
25 will 100% hit this Ettercap. Roll damage plus sneak attack. Plus all your dice of sneak attack. I think it's like 4 or something like that at this point.
19.
19 points?
Uh-huh.
Alright, takes it. You see an arrow sink into the underside of one of his armpits. Just, ow! That is going to be Orville's turn.
He is just gonna. We're gonna forsake staff, and we're just gonna go. We're gonna knock a few buck.
Okay. No, you. Go right ahead.
So first attack. Can I get an advantage because I would be flanking with Kobold and melee?
Sure, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems cool.
21 to hit.
21 will hit. Here, you know, for simplicity's sake, let's see here. Doop. And then we will. Where's it at? Already up. See here if we can get this going. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. All right. Simple as simple does. So moving here, pulling him down, behind him, shoots at him. Just ignore the big black glooby gloobs. Those are spider babies. Fire bolted him, we'll say, from like down here. Sure, why not? Protection from poison. Looking at a hole in the ground. And then there's Charles. Oh, no Charles. There we go. All right, go ahead.
That is 6 points of magical bludgeoning, and I will put a stunning strike on that.
Okay. They need a what,
DC
con save?
13 con save. Yeah.
Okay,
DC
con
13 con save.
They roll 16 on dice.
Oh, right. Next one is going to be a 23 to hit
That also hits.
for 9 points of magical bludgeoning,
Takes it.
and another stunning strike.
Okay. Let's see here. Whoop. Natural 1, they're stunned.
Awesome.
You see their body lock up.
What are you doing?
2 more from a flurry of blows.
Sure.
That one is only going to be a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Oh, hey, neat. 7 points of bludgeoning.
Takes it.
And the last one, 20 to hit
Does hit.
for 2 plus 5 is 7 plus Hand of Harm for an additional 2 points of necrotic.
Okay. So how much total?
And then Fury of the Small up to 17.
17 points on the last one.
Yes.
All right, he takes it. That is your turn, Orville? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Jones, you are flanking. You are watching Orville 5-palm striking this guy, this Ettercap, who is still tipping over in slow motion over your cruel deception. At the end of your turn, he will be prone.
Alright. Well then, I guess I'm a lumberjack and I don't care, and I'm gonna just try to chop this tree down.
Go right ahead. Roll to hit.
The first one's a crit.
That's a good start.
So, yeah, we'll go ahead and use another superiority die for goading attack, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
So that first one is 19 damage.
19 damage will take.
Second attack. So 15.
15 will hit.
It's for 9 damage.
Takes it.
Then we'll go ahead and use whatever the move is, action surge.
Action surge.
Take another
Okay.
attack.
Got it.
That's 2 natural 20s.
Ooh. I mean, I can't triple crit, but that's cool.
I'll do another superiority die.
Okay. Gotcha.
For 18 damage.
18 damage takes it.
Yeah, and then last attack,
Okay.
which is a 22 to hit,
22 hits.
and that's for 9 damage.
9 damage takes it. Still falling at the end of your turn. You hear a crunching sound as his body hits the ground. There's no twitching, no movement. He takes, in just the surprise round, 120 damage. Conservatively. One of his arms is chopped off by Jones. Orville has shattered every part of his internal organs. There's an arrow in his armpit. That was actually probably cause of death when the cops come to look at this later. And then you just kept hitting him because he had surprise round. Buddy abstains from combat. The babies have a surprise. Charles will walk up, fearing no man, and just hacks into him twice with a pizza cutter. And then looks back to Morgan for approval. And then turns back and keeps slicing him.
As I'm chopping him, by the way, I'm just go, landlord is not an occupation! As I'm just annihilating him.
Gotta hit him with the emotional, the opinion damage too. It's good to get. Start of round actual one. Vel, you see this individual crumple to the ground. Immediately, kind of their body refractory kind of curls in on itself like spiders do. And you just hear blood sprays out of its large mandible and fanged area. There are a number of holes and gash marks and slices, especially Charles running this pizza cutter over the top of him. There's just sprays of blood at that point. Very dead. You hear a chorus of chittering and hisses. Those of you that speak Sylvan, you hear, "Daddy's dead! Daddy, no! Daddy, why?" And just a chorus of people all crying out for their fallen father. And then you hear a very loud kind of roar. Vel, what would you like to do?
I guess I'll look up for the roar.
You look up. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, that's not very good. What is that? It's 8.
An 8. You look up, and there's nothing up there. It's all darkness. There's something clearly blocking the way up. But yeah. Anything you want to do on your turn?
I don't know what that token is.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no token here.
I guess I'll just I can't even see the masses of kids because they're not really coming down yet, right?
They're not even in full schools yet. They got surprised, so they're.
I'll back away a little bit and I'll take the defensive dodge action.
Okay, take full defense.
Kind of wait for whatever's coming.
End of your turn is Mom's turn. You hear tree branches breaking. You hear hissing. Those of you that speak Sylvan, you hear, "Who killed him? Who killed him?" You hear branches breaking. You see this shadow move. And suddenly, Vel, there's light overhead. As this massive body that is almost a canopy body moves over. And you see...
you want the big one?
One of the largest spiders, maybe in history, crawled down from the canopy itself. I have to move the map to get all of it in. It is a huge spider, comes crawling down from the canopy, turns and looks, and its eyes blink, and you can see there are colonies of other baby spiders on its back, and egg sacs that are hanging and clung to its form. Actual vines have grown over parts of its long legs, as it is a large ancient forest spider.
I just want to say that Ettercap did really good for himself.
Yeah. She looks down, and she looks to you, Cobalt Jones, and she goes, "Do you claim him or not?"
I know they don't have nature, but do I have any sort of understanding of spiders and having seen them?
That is nature.
Bad thing.
If I can't help people with insight, I can't help you with nature. I'm sorry. This is a gut check.
I guess either way, yeah. I'll be like, yeah, it was me.
No. She's asking, do you claim him? Not the act of violence.
Oh. No.
Then you hear, then be gone. She reaches down and bites into the top of his head, and slowly you see his body go and crunch up into her jaw, and she turns and walks away, and she starts hissing. The enter cap with her.
Guys. Time to go.
Combat is effectively over as the children start fleeing.
Is there anything left of him or no?
No, she eats him.
Great.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Huh.
I want to get the fuck out of there. I'm gonna get away from the babies, get away from this spider madness.
You see many of them like crying for a bit, but then like the few like chunks of meat that like sliced off from the various like bladed attacks, you see there's like clusters of spiders eating their dad at this point. You start walking away. You hear you go to step away, you hear a large cacophonous rumble from underneath your feet. And you hear a kind of a muffled voice. You go, "Joe, bro, did you deal with that spider dude?"
Joe.
Oh, I don't know if you know who it is, but it's me, bro.
Yeah, Dante, right?
Yeah. I came to eat him because he finally stepped on the ground, but then like he wasn't here when I got here. But you killed him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here then. And this big heavy claw rips through the earth, and in its like talons you see this old kind of like leathery bag, and it gets dropped in front of you. He goes, yeah, this guy who like gave me my brain and stuff said I should give that to anybody if they finished the job before my dumbass did.
Oh. Well, thanks. Appreciate that, Dante.
Hey, thank you, man. You hear like a rumbling, and all of a sudden the tree creaks a little bit. He goes, now I can redecorate! And you see other trees start breaking and like slowly falling into like these sinkholes. And there's just a big bag of like leathery gold in front of you.
Yeah, I'll just throw it to Morgan.
What's your strength score?
20.
It's 880 pounds. Yeah, you can do that, I guess. It's like a heft. You're more squatted.
This is a bullshit game
that many
doesn't make
thousand
sense.
gold.
Morgan, you are provided what looks like a collection of coins all put together, and then bloody coins just stacked on top, because more than likely Barney didn't know where else to put those, but he knew he could match sets, so they're in there. I'll say working together, Kobold Jones and Celeste can kind of like manhandle it. Plus, you have the bag of holding would probably be the better way to do it.
Yeah.
All said and done,
Mind powers.
all said and done, the total hoard is 8,850 gold pieces, all in gold, nothing less. Pull the curtain back. Barney ate all the silver and copper because there was no value in it, but the bag was definitely valuable.
I'm willing to split this up if you guys would like, since you guys equally murdered him.
We all did do a murder together. Great job, family. Good job, everyone.
I mean, if I'm being
I
honest with
appreciate
you,
your
I
help.
don't really consider this to even be a murder, but more of an act of service.
You know, my papa said every family murders together.
That is a very interesting family saying.
Yeah, my family used to say that too out on the war fields.
As you say this, JJ, Charles looks at you and goes,
Al, did you also speak to the corn guy?
You know,
that's like one of my
we
tenants.
might need to have a talk. We might need to have a talk about who the corn guy is in relation to me.
I just feel like you're... Okay, I guess it's fair. Okay. We'll have a talk.
We can talk about it later.
All right.
But yeah, after that, you guys heading out of the forest and on your way, I suppose?
We still have to find the horny dudes.
Yes, you do. And how you'll do that, we'll find out next time. I think that's a good point to do. I will say this. However you guys want to split up your gold, that's fine. If you want to say it's in the bag, just make sure you note it. You guys have the total? Good to go before we cut?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. All right.
88.50, right?
8850. So then, for everyone who stuck with us throughout the late and watched this terrible and ferocious combat, we certainly do thank you for hanging out with us all night. We're going to start a raid. If you follow the raid, you do get extra channel points. I think it's like 350 points or 250, something like that. So feel free to do so. That way you can redeem throughout the week. Yeah, we'll see if you guys can unlock one of the most impactful, expensive, and crazy things I've ever put into Second Wake. Good luck. As always, I've been Kareem Zamir. They've been the Seekers of Galanti. You've been our level 20 characters. We'll see you next Monday. Peace out.